Hi everyone, my name is Andy and welcome to All the Lonely Meeples. On this channel, I share solo playthroughs of various board games, including tutorials on how to play. As always, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. Now, this video is a little different in that I wanted to talk about my wish list for upcoming games that I would love to have in my collection. The first is Starship Captains, a 1 to 4 player deck building game designed by Peter B. Hofgaard, and it is already on sale, and I'm hoping to get that soon. I think this is fantastic. I'm a big Star Trek nerd, and got that from my dad growing up. And I haven't seen a Starship type game really ever that's been that popular. And this one looks fantastic. I'm reading the description real fast. It's got action selection and engine building, and what I love most is that it has a solo play. It's important to know that I don't just play solo games, but I really do. I picked that up in the last couple years a lot, but on the BGG, BoardGameGeek.com, it was listed as 2 to 4 players, and then just recently, I feel it switched to 1 to 4. So I love. Hopefully, they'll have a nice solo mode in that. But action selection and engine building, I love engine building games where you've got diverse crew in your ship, and they have special roles, and you earn medals, promote, train, all that kind of stuff. It seems like something that I would really enjoy, that my wife would enjoy, and several friends that come over and play. So that is Starship Captains. The next game I'm really excited about is My Island, a 2 to 4 player tile placement game designed by Rainier Knizia and coming out in 2023 by Cosmos. So I love My City, and technically it's 2 to 4 players, and there's a playthrough of mine, a solo playthrough that I did of My City, and I kind of just play it like I would a multiplayer game, and it works I think pretty well, especially for a leisure activity, just a low stakes solo playthrough. I don't know much about My Island. I do know that on BoardGameGeek it does say that there's going to be more mechanics involved as you are, I believe, building your island and stocking it full of maybe buildings and such. And I'm really excited to see what Rainier Knizia has in store for this one. And that is My Island. The next game is Woodcraft, a 1 to 4 player dice rolling game designed by Ross Arnold and Vladimir Suchi, and coming out this year, hopefully pretty soon, from Delicious Games. So I know that Woodcraft was at being premiered in Essenspiel, and so I'm waiting on pins and needles to see it in local game stores. And but this game is a little heavier than I have a lot of. Games like Solkeen or Paladins of the West Kingdom. This one is kind of up there in terms of heaviness in mechanics, at least according to BoardGameGeek. And so as I'm looking at this description, it talks about playing forest people, running competing workshops in the woods. You're gathering wood and crafting goods, hiring helpers. I assume those helpers are dice, and buying different types of woods and tools to create the best workshop. I think it's just fantastic. I love the theme, being a D&D player, having forest people or elves or whatever they end up being. The theme is fantastic, and I'm very excited to get Woodcraft in my collection. The next game I'm really excited about to have in my collection is Hickory Dickory, a 1 to 4 player worker and tile placement game designed by Sawyer West and coming out this year in Q4 from Plaid Hat Games. So I don't know a lot about Hickory Dickory, but with my 2 children being a lot younger, we're watching things like Cocomelon and other cartoons, and Hickory Dickory Dock, the clock, is in a lot of these shows, and so it just brings me back to my childhood and what my kids are doing right now. And the shows that we're watching. And so the idea of controlling a team of mice in a royal scavenger hunt, and I assume there's going to be a clock, and it says the adorable mice will jump off the hands of the clock to collect item tiles and perform various actions, collecting different resources like berries, etc. I think it's just super cute, and I'm very excited to get that to the table. And so I think the Plaid Hat Games has it releasing in Q4, which should be pretty soon, I believe. Being outside the business world, I'm not really sure when quarter 4 is, but I assume it's in November, or at least middle of October, which we're getting close to. So, and that is Hickory Dickory. Next game I'm really excited to get into my collection, which has been out for a little bit, is Gutenberg, a 1 to 4 player open drafting and worker placement and set collection game designed by Katarzyna Sioch and Wojciech Wisniewski. I apologize for butchering those names. And published in 2021 by Grana. So when I saw Gutenberg, it's been in my wish list for a little bit now, but it looks so beautiful. And running a printing press, I think I'm finding more and more that I really love the theme of games. And sure, there are some games that I don't like with beautiful themes. Maybe it's the mechanics that I don't like, but man, I'm really a theme gamer, is what I'm coming to learn about myself. And so in this, I love that you and the other players are bidding for specific actions using so many cubes and deciding what you want to be the majority of. And so as you go through the list of actions and then carry those out from step 1 to however many there are, and deciding what's more important for me to choose first in, whether it be collecting ink colors or whatever else it may be. And I think it's something that my wife and I are really going to enjoy, and it does come with a solo mode, so I'm very excited about that as well. And that is Gutenberg. And the final game that I'm really excited to have in my collection is Point City, a 1 to 4 player open drafting and set collection game designed by Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Sean Stankiewicz, and coming out in 2023 from Flatout Games and AEG. So I have Point Salad, and my wife and I love Point Salad. It's one of the games that when we play board games with a new person or a new group of people, we always throw that one in there to start out. We think it's a great gateway card game into other strategies and such. But if you had asked me when we first got that game, will they ever make an expansion? I probably would have said no. It's a great standalone game, and to hear that there's another game coming out, Point City, soon, I'm very excited about it. So whereas in Point Salad, you have your scoring cards. On the other side of those, you have your vegetables, and you either take a scoring card or take 2 vegetables, and you're trying to build a system of getting points through the types of scoring cards that you have. And looking at the breakdown on BoardGameGeek, it says the rules are simple. You take 2 adjacent cards from the dynamic city grid and add them to your expanding city. And what I love is that they actually take that simple concept of drafting cards and building combinations, and it says that they add new layers of resource management and engine building to the mix. And I think that is just fantastic. I would love to have this in my collection as just a slightly more involved card game that we can go back and forth between Point Salad and Point City. And that is Point City. So those are my 6 games that I'm very excited about to get in my collection as soon as possible. Some are in carts just waiting, and I'm waiting on pins and needles for the others. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I hope to see you at the table for my next playthrough.